U.S. District Judge Carl J. Nichols told a jury at Steve Bannon's contempt trial Wednesday afternoon that claims of executive privilege by former President Donald Trump are irrelevant. Bannon has said that he refused the committee subpoena because Trump claimed to have executive privilege. Nichols instructed the jury that executive privilege and an offer to later cooperate were not legitimate defenses for contempt of Congress. Mr. Bannon's belief that questions around executive privilege excused him from complying with the subpoena are irrelevant in this case. In addition, whether or not in the future Mr. Bannon complies with the subpoena is irrelevant, Nichols said, according to WUSA reporter Jordan Fisher. Bannon is facing 2 counts of contempt of Congress after he refused to comply with the subpoena from the January 6th committee. While exiting the courtroom Tuesday, he stopped to speak with reporters and repeated the big lie that the 2020 election had been stolen, and then threatened President Biden's legitimacy. Take a look.
The total and complete illegitimacy of Joe Biden. Trump won. Joe Biden's illegitimate. 50% of the American people believe that today, and they believe that not from hearing from mainstream media, from our great colleagues in the media, because they won't show any of it. That information has been suppressed from day one, but almost 50% of the American people believe it. You can't govern this country if you're not looked at as legitimate. This is why no head of state in the world treats him with any respect. This is why the Chinese Communist Party treats him with no respect. This is why the Saudis embarrass him and humiliate him while he's over with the fist bump. You don't do that to a legitimate president of the United States. We have a constitutional crisis in this nation right now, and they're charging me with a crime. Have the guts and the courage to show up here and say exactly why it's a crime. Benny Thompson is a total, absolute disgrace, and this show trial they're running is a disgrace. And I will promise you one thing. When the Republicans have a sweeping victory on November 8th, starting in January, you're going to get a real committee. You're going to get a real committee with a ranking member who will be a Democrat. You will have a minority council that will be a Democrat. And this will be run appropriately, and the American people will get the full story.
U.S. District Judge Carl Nichols was appointed by former President Trump. Prior to warning that Bannon's claims for executive privilege were illegitimate, he also warned, "I do not intend for this to become a political case, a political circus, a forum for partisan politics," he said. It does not appear that Bannon has taken any of Judge Nichols' warnings seriously. Federal prosecutors rested their case Wednesday, and the defense team will begin on Thursday. Depending on how many witnesses, if any, are called to testify, the case could head to jury deliberations by the afternoon. It is unknown if Bannon will testify. If he's convicted on the misdemeanor contempt charges, he faces the prospect of jail time. Stay tuned for updates, and thank you for watching Raw Story TV. Please be sure to check out the headlines at rawstory.com, stay informed, and tap below to take action by liking, subscribing, and joining all those who like their news raw.